Chuck Thomas, Thomas Produce. I've been here since 1978, and that was my first convention, so this is my 40th convention. I ran the convention for about 16 years, until probably 5 years. I actually had the convention here back in '81. They had it here at our warehouse. It was a country western convention, so we had straw bales out there around the dance floor for everyone to sit on, and a lot of people, including myself and my wife, took country western dance lessons up in Tucson to prepare for the party that night. It was a big deal back then. A lot of people would get really dressed up, and we'd have some really named bands play, and a lot of talent and a lot of interest from all around the country. People would come in from Mexico. It's gotten smaller these days. It's still a nice event, but it was a tremendously large event back in the day that everyone was really anxious to participate in, and had a great time. Still do, but some fond memories of days past at conventions.
Mike Juarez, and this year is the 50th annual FPAA convention. I myself have only been to 7 of them, and not one has been the same. I mean, one of the things I like the most is that people actually know me now. First one I went to, I was just tagging along with my parents, basically carrying their bag, tugging at their shoulders. I didn't know anybody. Nobody knew me. Nobody wanted to talk to an 18-year-old kid. And now that I've been in the business for about 7 years, I know more people, and I don't just interact more, but I get to have more fun and meet new clients and learn about what they do and learn about new products and learn about new areas. And this year is not going to be any different. It's the 50th year. We're going big. We're going to have the big tent out front, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Come and join us.
Well, we had a tent one time over at Keno Springs. We had the Pink Flamingos there, and fantastic group. Everybody was out there dancing all night, and I remember my brother-in-law invited him to go along. It was hot that night, and at the end of the night, we were doing the Gator. They were playing the Shout song, and a lot of people jumped on the floor and did the Gator, bouncing around on the floor. And my brother-in-law got up, and rather large fellow, he got his tie off, and he actually wringed out his tie. He was sweating so much. But everybody was. We were having a great time. But that was a rather unique experience. I've never seen anybody wring their tie out before. But no, just some of the. We did one year or two back with the glass walls where everybody could see the golfers tee off while you're inside the tent. We had exhibitors that year where you'd come in the tent and have to go through probably 25, 30 different exhibitors as we went in, and good bands those nights too. I remember. I can't remember. It was Three Sisters and. What was the name of that band? I'll have to think of that one and get back to you.
Okay.
That was great too. Just taking family and friends to the convention and enjoying it with them, and letting them experience, what produce is all about, what a produce convention is all about, on a local convention.
I am Rosie Cornelius, and I have been working on the Produce Association's conventions forever, but started off pretty much, I think, maybe 25 or 30 years ago. Too long to remember. I think that it has changed tremendously. My very first ones that I can remember was pretty much we would take over a warehouse and dress it up. I think probably my favorite one as far as dressing up a warehouse was when we had our 25th anniversary. And that was actually at my old home, which was Bay on the Produce, and we were in Mariposa. And it was a black tie affair. We had a company come in from Phoenix to do the decorating. And so I think our first night was kind of like a fiesta. We had different booths with different colors and games. And so people really enjoyed it. And then on the gala night, it was black tie, and we had a fantastic band come in from California. And I think because it was special because it was the 25th, and it was because it was in our home, our facility. We turned Bay Area into a beautiful home. Then after that, I think that we started changing to different places. We had one at the Wilson warehouse complex that we brought in. I think it's the first time when we actually brought in a tent. and we had fireworks when it came in. So that was also pretty special. I think it was Raúl Baez that actually was the chairperson at that time. And we had, I think that there was a couple of pictures that you're probably going to see on that one later on. We also switched over to Keno Springs, and that was challenging. We put a tent way in the open field. That was also very memorable because I think that's when I introduced Chris Martin to Alicia. And the rest is history because now they're happily married. It has just been a wonderful experience. We used to have a great program where we used to go to La Roca for the first night, and I think people really got to enjoy that. It was always, they always made it very special. Unfortunately, because of the changes in the border, we had to change that. But it has gone from more of a business program, I think, than just entertainment and changing ideas and networking. I'm very proud of the work that I have done for the association, and it has been a lot of fun. It is one of my favorite things to do. I am glad the staff has taken it over though. And so you have a wonderful time at this convention. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. 50 years. Proud of those 50 years. Have a good time.
Well, a good friend of mine, Rosie Cornelius, is one pillar of the industry, so that's exciting to me. I mean, I've known her forever, and we're great friends, and I'm really honored that she has been being honored this year. It's great to see someone of her caliber that's being recognized for what she's done and all the accomplishments she's had. So I'm looking forward to seeing her get that award and seeing a big smile on her face when she gets it, and just having a great time. I mean, we sampled the food for the convention this year. We got a great menu lined up, and I think it'll be a great event. I mean, 50 years, and we're trying to make it as special as we can.
Okay.